Hello and welcome to North Star Stamper. I am Sue Kramer and want to make sure you know where to find me online. So I'm recording live on my Facebook page. I will upload this to YouTube. I meant for this to be a YouTube live and it didn't happen, so that's why I'm doing this showing today. I'm on Pinterest, I have a blog, and my website is where you can purchase products from Stampin' Up! Through me. So thank you for joining me today. Let me find myself on my tablet so I can hopefully answer questions and interact with you. That's half the fun of doing live videos, is interacting with you. So hopefully someone will join us or join me. And I'm going to get started. So these three publications, people call this the beginner brochure, Experience Creativity, our annual catalog, and our January through June catalogs are all ending on June 2nd. There's lots of wonderful products in here, so I'm going to show you a few of my favorite things in each of these. So we're going to start with the, we used to call it the Occasions catalog, the January through June. It's just such a mouthful. We're going to start with this one, so if you have it handy, I will tell you what pages these products are on. So, and if you have questions, let me know. Most of these products are available as of this afternoon. Some are on sale. Some could be going on sale tomorrow. You just need to keep looking back. We are not told ahead of time when things are going on sale. It'll just suddenly be on sale. So that's that's awesome. So, but you also don't want to let us run out of product if you want it. Stamps are available through May 22nd, I believe. And can a demonstrator correct me if I'm wrong? I believe stamps are available through the 22nd. So this is one of my favorite sets or bundles. And the bundle is still available. These dies are just so fun to play with. And I don't have another card. I've used this in a video before. I do have some pieces that I stamped and die cut and then colored them in with blends. And I just didn't get to make cards. These were supposed to be on cards for Mother's Day. Sorry, Mom. I'll make you some cards and get them to you for Father's Day since we have golfers in the family. So that is the Clubhouse stamp set and the golf club dies. I believe it's called the Clubhouse bundle. I'm sorry, it's on page 47 and 48 of the mini, I'll call it the mini catalog. So that's one of my favorite things that I will not be getting rid of. That's the other thing. These are things I will not be getting rid of for the most part. Maybe some of the flowers I might. The other thing from the mini catalog that I'm sorry to say is retiring is Music from the Heart, and this was Dawn Olszewski's $1 million stamp set. So when you sell $1 million, you can see this little logo down here. She got to go to Utah and help create this set or design it. This is on page 57, and I do have a price on this one. This one's $17. And look at all these stamps you get. You see, I've used it a lot. The pink and reds always stain our photopolymers, but they stamp just fine even if you use yellow on them. I do have one card. I made this in a video a while ago. Forget Your Troubles. That's a really good card for these days, isn't it? So, and I think that's all I have from the mini catalog. One of my favorite things from the beginning brochure or the Experience Creativity brochure is this one called Magnolia Blooms. This happy birthday stamp has been on a clear block for months. It's just the right size, and I think we'll use this if I have time to make a card tonight. It's just the right size to go on punches, on dies. Usually I have a different focal point, so the happy birthday sentiment would not be my focal point. It would go obviously good with the flower. If that's your focal point, it just adds to it. This is on pages 8 and 9. And to replace this happy birthday, I have a note to myself that I will be using the Looking Up card kit, which is continuing. It's in the annual catalog on pages 202 and 203. The kit I'm talking about. It has a really nice happy birthday stamp that if we make a card, that's what we'll be using tonight. So actually we'll use my replacement happy birthday. I seem to really like one happy birthday sentiment and use it on lots of cards all year long. Okay, so now onto the annual catalog, if you have that handy. And I have cards to go with lots of these. I should say hello to everybody. Thank you for joining me. Thank you all for joining me. Okay, I should take my Post-its off this. This is the Peacock bundle. The detailed peacock dies, and I wish I had used this more. And I have a note here that in the Royal Peacock stamp set, the stamp is on page 26. The dies are on page 192, and the dies are on sale for $18.60 as of about 4 o'clock this afternoon. Let's see, there are other parts. This was a whole suite, and it's one of the suites that I bought everything of. There is foil, and this is the DSP that is on sale. Can you see that? And I have a card I made. So that's Pretty Peacock, Blueberry Bushel, and Old Olive, I believe. They just, sorry for the glare, but they are foil and they are gorgeous. So this was $14.15. It's on sale for $10.15. And these rhinestones, which coordinate the same 3 colors, plus, I don't remember. And these are on sale. Normally $5.50 for $4.40. So the beautiful colors, and I use that, both of those, in this card. I have way too much stuff here on my table now. So look at that card. Isn't that pretty? I thought it would be a nice one to send to somebody these days. So the vellum from the Pearl Essence is retiring. The Daisy Punch is not retiring. This is the medium Daisy Punch. That is not retiring. I think the ribbon is. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But isn't it a lovely card? Really fun to put together. Lots of punches. Obviously, I used 1, 2, 3 punches and some ribbon and those rhinestones. The peacock rhinestones. Did I get your pages on all those? So the suite is on 24 to 26 in the annual catalog. All right, so this stamp set, I was excited to get it, the Verdant Green, and it is on page 40 of the annual catalog. It is on sale for $11.20. And when I got it, I thought these two stamps would work really well on the Stamparatus, our stamp positioner, and I had a terrible time getting them lined up. So I played around with it yesterday or the day before. I think it was just yesterday. I don't know what took me so long to discover this stamp. It's really pretty. So I have a sample that I made with that. That one looks like Christmas, so I don't know if I'll use that one. Look how lovely this is. Obviously I haven't made a card out of these yet. Just monochromatic. Isn't that pretty? And put it with a, I don't know, some kind of flower or something. So I'll do that. Oh, maybe we'll leave that out. Maybe we'll use that tonight. Maybe. We'll see. But there's the Verdant Garden. And then Varied Vases is retiring, and there's a coordinating punch where you can punch out the vases. I think there's some leaves and flowers in that too. I think it punches that out and the leaf. The punch does. Let's see. So Verdant Garden was on page 40. This one is on page 60, and it is retiring. And then I used, in this sample also, I used the Daisy Lane. This is not retiring, just so you know. So page 40, page 60, and page 23, if you want to follow along. And the card I made using those, or cards I made, that one I used the Daisy Lane. Isn't that pretty? I was really enjoying the in colors. So that is Seaside Spray and Rococo Rose. And I used the ribbon. I can't remember. I think the ribbon is retiring. And I actually had a stamp set of the Purple Posy, which they didn't like the quality of it. I think it stamped fine on there. So that was fun to play with, and that's also Seaside Spray. And then this one uses Seaside Spray and Pretty Peacock. So those are current in colors that are continuing. You can see I used a bunch of different punches on these. So, oh, I think that Daisy needs something in the middle. Anyway, so those are those 3 stamps, 2 that are retiring and 1 that is not. So this stamp set is retiring, which is sad. I didn't use it all that much, and it has a coordinating punch. So the cakes are going on they are on the retired list. And they are on, the stamp set is on page 64, the punch is on page 188. And here are some cards I made using the different cakes that are available with the flowers. I probably used blends on those. There's that Happy Birthday stamp again. I use it a lot. And just foil for the cake stand on all these probably. Made a chocolate cake. And a purple and pink cake, I don't know, just to match the paper. There's the inside. And one last chocolate cake. Same happy birthday. I'm gonna miss it. See, I did use it a lot. So there's some ideas for the piece of cake stamp set and the coordinating cake builder punch, I think it was called. Obviously correct me if I'm wrong, if you have your catalog in front of you, or if you're a demonstrator and you just happen to know the names of these things. All right, I have a few more to go. The You Are So Loved stamp set, I am going to keep it just for that sentiment. You are so loved. And we used this a couple weeks ago. This is on page 79, by the way. And I made this card a couple weeks ago in my video. And I stamped in, I think it was Mossy Meadow, and then used a aqua painter or water brush to pull the color out. So that was from that stamp set. You Are So Loved. I'm running out of space. Oh, I can go back in there. This stamp set, I'm very sad. It's been so fun to play with. The Painted Harvest. It is on page 128. And there is, or was, a punch that would punch out these leaves. I'm sorry to say the leaf punch is retiring and it is sold out. So I hope you got one. If not, maybe there's a demonstrator who gets rid of her product. I don't get rid of a lot of mine. So the last one from the annual catalog is the Best Catch stamp set. Sorry, I'm not watching. Sorry, Anne, what needs a bird? Did one of my cards need a bird? All right. Thank you for all your comments. I appreciate that. All right, so Best Catch. I believe the stamp set is on page 150. The dies are on 191, and here are the dies. And I have a card. I used these on a card for Tony, my husband, for his birthday last week. The stamp set is on sale for $12. So even if you don't have a big shot or don't want to invest in the dies, which are $28, this is $12, and you can do lots of fun things with just this stamp set. And it is a regular rubber stamp set. So the fish was very fun to color. And this is Tony's birthday card. That was so fun to make. So these dies were in this die set. You can see right there. And I just die cut them in purple Pear Pizzazz. And I used a dark brown blender pen. I can't remember what color it was. Maybe the bronze. I don't think I have browns. To color in the cattails. And then I used Waterfront, I think it was, to get the trees, or Snowfront. No, I think these are in Snowfront. I don't know, one of those two, and those are continuing, but this stamp and die set are not. All right, so that's what I have from the annual catalog that I will very much miss. All right, I think we may have time for my last one. And so my absolute favorite, and it is on in the clearance rack. I've been telling people about it left and right, and I thought maybe if I showed you some samples, it might encourage you. So I did find it in this, and this is our 30th anniversary. So this was 2018-2019, and it's the Eastern Medallion Thinlit dies. I think this was an early pre-order, and I didn't get it right away. I probably got it like 6 or 8 months after we could get it. These are so fun to play with. I don't know if you can see. They're on the clearance rack. Oh, I can't remember. Did I write down how much they were? They're really on sale. They're like, I had it written down. Oh, yeah, they're $19.80, and you get 14 dies. I think I'm going to hold it sideways so I can get closer. So you get these that can be layered, and I'll show you some samples. And then these are kind of like punches where you can just punch a shape or get a shape, and that happy birthday will fit on there, which I was talking about. And then there was a stamp set that coordinated with it. But these dies are very much standalone, and they would make great additions to your... So here they are. Let me pull them out. So you can layer... that's not all of them. Let me pull that last one out. I thought I'd lost this one, and it was hiding somewhere. So you you can mix and match. You could do that, or you could do this. And there, if you just Google Eastern Medallion dies and then click on image, there are people that have put together all the combinations that you can make. So that one could be standalone, and I'll show you. I have one. Or you could layer it and get those cut out, and then it would be a die cut piece. So here's another one that just cuts out those, and I'll show you what those look like. I have just some die cuts, and then I did make some cards because, as I said, this is so fun to play with. Mix and match. It's like a puzzle, but there's really no right or wrong way to put the puzzle together. All right, so these are some of the dies. So there I used 2 of them. So that one, it just gives you those leaves. You can make some nice detail on your card or project. There was no just circle die, and I thought about using my die, so we might use this on a card if you guys want me to. Let me know if you want me to make a card out of these pieces I have. I have a punch, the 2-inch punch. We'll punch that out nicely. So this is that same die that cut those leaves. I put that border around it, and it made a nice flower. You could use some blends. You could use colored pencils. There's just a die that could be a nice focal point. Put a layer on it like this. I don't know. I think maybe what I'm going to do is stamp happy birthday on here and cut this in half to make layers. You've seen me do that lots of times with a punch. We can do that with dies too. Here's another one that looked like a flower, and I thought that would be pretty. Put it on white. Show you what it looks like on white. I probably might cut in the middle too, or put happy birthday in the middle. There we go. So many ideas. The ideas just flow with these. Isn't that pretty? The details on it. I should get these out of the way so you can see the one I'm showing you at the time. All right. I think I showed you I had one of those already. Here's another one where it just die cuts the 4 corners. All right, so I do have cards. So I've got some cardstock to work with. So the colors I have on this card, isn't that lovely? I thought that was very nice. I have to set that down. Look at my note that fell on the floor. Oh, good. I'm glad you guys are talking to each other. I'm so busy talking about all these products because I'm very sad they're leaving. So the cardstock and the ink were Poppy Parade, right? I think. The yellow piece I have behind the dies is Pineapple Punch, and that is retiring. That's one of the current in colors that ends at the end. I say the end of the month. It's actually June 2nd. And then Granny Apple Green are the leaves I used. And I think those leaves came from the Friendship stamp set. So there's one idea using these dies. I had fun making this one. I used dies and punches and layers and retiring designer series paper. I don't use Rich Razzleberry very often, so it was really fun just to punch out of some cardstock and the same color layer behind it. There's a sprig that is staying in the catalog. The leaf is retiring. This one is staying. And that stamp set is going to be from one of my new favorite stamps. A Positive Attitude or Positive something, I don't know. You'll see more of it. So I thought that was lovely. So I'm going to make a card. I've been talking so much. I think we'll make a card, and I'm going to go back and find those pieces. Guess it has to be white because that's what I have there. And I'm going to use some retiring designer series paper with it as well. And here's the stamp set from that that kit that I told you about. We're going to take the happy birthday. There's some nice sentiments in here too. Feel better soon. I hear congratulations are in order. I'm so very thankful for you. Happy birthday. Thanks so much. And then there's birds, and it looks like a star. Could just be an accent. Again, this comes as part of a kit. So, is it going to fit there? It will. I'm going to pick it up with my block. I'm going to put this catalog underneath my stamping. That table is kind of squishy. So, oh, Anne says we used them on leather. Wow, that was a while ago. That was over a year ago. That's all right, Lori. I'm glad you did join us and remembered it was Monday. Maybe I need to remind you earlier. We talk a lot of days, so I'm gonna stop talking while I stamp and hold it on for a minute. There we go. Happy birthday. And I thought I had a card base. You know what? This is the current in colors that are staying, but this paper is retiring. They have new designs coming out, and I just happen to have a piece there. We can get rid of this now. And I think we'll see how that looks. Remember I said we're going to cut that apart like I do with the punches. And then I want a piece of Designer Series paper. And this, I think, correct me if I'm wrong, I think all the Designer Series paper is retiring. A lot of it is on sale right now. I didn't check on that because I still have a lot to work with. This is the Mosaic Mood, and Terracotta Tile is in here. And it's interesting, it has Very Vanilla and Whisper White. So let's see if I can find something with... We could use a strip of that. I really like the flowers though. Was there an orange flower? Or were they just pink? I think they're just pink and yellow. Ooh, that's pretty. I like that. Let's do that one instead. And this was specialty paper. You can see it has a texture to it. It's like it was embossed with clear embossing powder. So I have such a mess here. I just move everything to the side. Okay, let's get our sentiment first. Leave that there. I'm just going to cut it down the middle. And then use some adhesive on the back of our sentiment. And I have ribbon here too. And then I'm just going to layer that way. And that way. There. But that's kind of boring. We need to put something behind it. Let's start with a whole piece. I think this opens at the top. Up. So we're going to go 4. Now that paper's 4 1/4, so we'll go 4 by 5 1/4. So we have a nice border there, and we can see the cardstock. And where'd our sentiment go? I think maybe just another piece behind it, maybe some ribbon. Should we call that good? Let's see if we have something in here. I don't even know what's in here. Isn't that sad? Almost all of my peacock is gone. I love that color. That. I don't know that any of these are going to work. Nope. Maybe just, I know, a piece of ribbon. That would be nice. Let's see what I've got. I know what I need. I don't know if I have any. I thought the burlap would be really nice. I don't have burlap, but I have this one. That'll work. I have to make quick decisions. I don't want to keep you all night. Thank you for joining me, by the way. I love stamping. It's so fun to be creative. Hopefully you have a creative outlet, even if it isn't stamping. And we're going to just use snail about in the middle. Snail is also retiring. We're getting new adhesives. I can't wait to try them. We did not get to pre-order the new adhesives. They're called Seal and Seal Plus. Don't know much more than that. I think the Seal Plus was more for... I will use it for like interactive cards and whatnot. They said in 3D projects, if you make a bag or a basket or those kinds of things, the Seal Plus is what you'll want to use. I put that on dimensionals because the trim is quite thick. So there isn't going to be a lump right where the trim is. It'll be, the whole paper will be raised off. Sorry for the mess on there. Let's see if I can get rid of some of those things. Center that. We'll put that on dimensionals, and I think we'll call it a card. I'm going to put one on the top and one on the bottom and kind of stagger it and put them on either side of the trim. Otherwise it might be too... There we go. Happy birthday. And it's got a little shimmer on it, you can see. So those are the Eastern Medallion dies. And there's a card. Thank you for joining me today. I do go back and look at all the comments, so if you had a question and it didn't get answered by somebody else watching, I will be back. I'll be commenting on it, and I usually tag you in it, so you'll get a response from me if you didn't get an answer. So thank you for joining me. Happy stamping. Take care of each other. Stay safe. Stay healthy. And I'll be back next Monday with another video. If you ever want me to show you a technique or a stamp set, let me know. I'd love to take requests. I have had a request in the past, so it's really fun to show you what you want to see. So thank you for joining me. Happy stamping.